skipping day 6 because not much has happened except for getting Fujitora. We will jump straight into day 7. In this video we are starting to cover the most optimal team for beginners. Okay, so this has been the 7th day and I have learned a lot of things from doing another 7 days and restarting this account or restarting a fresh account in Demonland. So our lineup is the following. We have managed to upgrade Usopp to star level 7. We didn't get him to star level 8 because we didn't have enough straw hat food. So that's one thing. We also were able to upgrade Ryuma, and I recommend wholeheartedly to do that. If I were to restart again, I would actually go for a slightly different build that includes Ryuma, because I forgot that in the 7-day target you actually get 2 of these 3 camp combat packs, and you can actually choose to pick Ryuma and you can choose to pick him again in the last part of this challenge. So you actually get 2 free copies of Ryuma, meaning that it's super easy to star him up. I personally got a lot of champ characters, so that's also really good. And then it's also really easy to star him up because in the shop you are able to buy Ryuma shards here in the hero section. So if you sacrifice 3-star heroes, you get the hard points. You also get that from friends, and you are also able to buy another Ryuma shard in the Demonland reward area. So there are several ways to get copies of Ryuma, and he's actually really good. So I would recommend going for him. I would also recommend starring up characters to 6 stars from the different factions. I was very hesitant to do that in the early game. I wouldn't be so hesitant again. If I were to get a decent character in the beginning, I would make 6 star of them fairly quickly, mainly because I am now able to, for example, sacrifice this crocodile to the Ryuma. So that would have actually given me a lot of power to get further in the Udon challenge. I don't think it's this most super important area of the early game. However, that is something to be kept in mind. I also got 1 law. I like law, it's cool. I went off from Zephyr. I scaled him back. I didn't pursue him further, mainly because I got 2 copies of Fujitora. I was actually able to get him through the beginning event where you get these purple marks and you can summon him. So or if you're lucky you can get him. But yeah, since I got 1 of those and I'm also getting another copy of him from the login gifts on day 8, so that will be tomorrow, I will actually be able to turn him into a 6-star. Then I have enough food to make him 7-star and 8-star. I'm only lacking then 1 copy of him to turn him into a 9-star. So that will be Fujitora, and I would actually recommend building a kind of team that is centered around crit rate. I also now went for the Ghost Princess actually. Sadly, I didn't buy a copy of her from the event in the beginning, but I would recommend doing this and buying her for 250 of these tickets that you drop in the beginning from the campaign, where you do the idle rewards. Now the event has run out for me, but in the beginning you get these extra marks where you were able to buy, for example, 1 of those Grand Summon tickets. You were able to buy some of the superior shards, and you were also able to buy a Ghost Princess for 250 pieces. The reason why I'm going for her is because I'm now going to go very focused around crit. It will be a crit build, and I actually have a team comp in mind. I will share this in a separate video. But yeah, that would be something. So my idea for a perfect or optimal build in the beginning would be to go for Ryuma, then get the Ghost Princess and go for the Fujitora, so that you have a few damage dealers and then just work with what you get otherwise. I think it's still fine to go for Usopp. However, I would actually prefer to go with Chopper, because Chopper, let me just see, the Marine, the Straw Hat that you get in the beginning has a neat little passive ability where he heals all of your allies for 6% of the crit damage dealt. And since Ryuma and Fujitora will deal a lot of crit damage, that will be quite nice to get some passive healing going on AoE. That will be really cool. So yeah, that is pretty much it. I think I did quite alright in the first 7 days, and I'm not going to showcase too much where I got to. So it's now I'm level 100 in Impel Down. I was able to go to stage 124 in the Land of Trials, but that is not too important. We got to 2 million CP within 7 days. I think that's fine. I'm sorry, that's not 2 million, it's 200,000. 2 million would be way too much to be able to reach as a free-to-play player within 7 days. So yeah, that is pretty much the whole thing that it's about. You can make the argument that you should save up the summon tickets and a lot of the superior scrolls in the beginning to then participate in the first event that is going on, because now, since the event has ended, I actually have this next event here where I am, for example, able to get rewards from Grand Summoning. So that would have been nice, of course, sure, but again, since it's a game and you want to start in the beginning and you want to do stuff, I think it's absolutely fine to not be super hard on saving it up. It would be optimal. And yeah, that's pretty much everything I have to say right now. I don't want to prolong this video. There's not too much very interesting stuff to go on. So this is the baseline. I think I will actually continue this account at least until we have the 30 days of the heroes carding area where you get the champs marks. So that will be very interesting to see how far we can progress in this area. Hopefully get a lot of these rewards. And yeah, right now I'm still holding to the fact that I still have one of those. You get those in the first 7 days of playing, and it will actually enable me to get one more 6-star Marine. So it's basically a 6-star Marine Spirit that I can use to upgrade my Fujitora very easily, because it replaces the promoting requirement that you have in, for example, here being a 6-star champ character. I will also have this as a requirement to upgrade Fujitora from 7 to 8 stars, and since Marines and Emperors are harder to come by, I will definitely use that to upgrade him further. That's pretty much it. I think that concludes the first 7 days pretty well, and as I said again, I think in retrospect I would go for a team comp a little bit like this. So yeah, I would still go for the Usopp. I would try to put in the Fujitora as soon as you get him, if you do happen to get him. And then I would also put one chopper in the back, so I would have 2 supporters, and then any tank that you can swap in, that you can use in the early game. And that would be absolutely fine that way. So yeah, hope this helps you, and I will soon make a video on reflecting on the first 7 days and what I would actually do in retrospect to win in the early game. So we'll see how far this strategy gets me, and I'll keep you updated.